Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Time to take that walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by, I do appreciate it. Guys, I mentioned this on the regular version of the Sexual Chocolate we did the other day, which was the regular version of it. It was a 2010 edition. This one is a 2011 edition, but it is a bourbon barrel aged version. I think I explained to you that me and the other half went down there and got a motel room and did the big dinner thing that they had, and for each ticket you bought, which was $100 a pop, you got dinner and you were allowed to buy 2 bourbon barrel versions, and they only had 4 available at that time because that was back in 2013, 2014, 2015. I don't remember. I think it was 2013 or 14. So I got 2 and she was able to get 2, and they were $25 a piece. This bottle cost $25. Not counting the motel room and the gas down there and the $100 ticket a piece for me and $100 for her. So very expensive trip to go down there. I mean, it was an enjoyable trip. I did enjoy it. Food was very tasty. They had a new facility down there they had opened up. But this is the 2011 edition. I have a 2012, a 2013, and I think a 2014, I'm not sure. I have 4 different versions. I bought 2 different versions, and she got 2 different versions, which cost us, again, $25 for each bottle. So, very pricey beer, but we didn't have to stand in line or anything like that to get these. Or when they release these every year, you do stand in line. I mean, the line goes out the building, around and wrapping down the street, and all that kind of stuff. So, paid a premium price to have that experience, and it's a very nice facility, guys. Anybody that wants to go down to Foothills Brewing and check them out, it is a very nice experience. They usually have a lot of beers on tap there. This, like I said, is the 2011 edition, and somebody's written in a marker 627 on the back side of the label here, so maybe that was when it was bottled on June the 27th of 2011. The other bottles, I don't notice that written on them. So let's get on with this. I don't want this to be a 30-minute video. I am a fan of the Sexual Chocolate beers, but they are not distributed here, even though they're down in North Carolina. I've not seen any of these beers here. They are snatched up at the brewery, or they save them for those special occasion dinners and all that kind of stuff. I've not seen them sitting on the shelf anywhere around here. So, 9.6% is what's Beer Advocate, but they clump them all together. Let me jump over to Untappd, because they have 2011. They have it on Untappd for the 2011 bourbon barrel aged Sexual Chocolate at 9.75. Let me spin it around and see if anything's written on it. Yep, on the back side of this label it says 9.75% alcohol by volume, and IBUs are 85 on this. So it does have the vintage on it, and it does have the ABV and the IBUs. So it says here, commercial description of barrel-aged cocoa-infused Imperial Stout, opaque black in color with dark brown head, big chocolate aroma with notes of espresso, blackstrap molasses, dark sweet toffee, and dark fruit, smooth dark chocolate backbone with complex notes of coffee, dark toffee, and dark fruit. To me, guys, that's the same description they're giving for the regular version. Doesn't mention anything about any bourbon, the notes, or woodiness, or any of that kind of stuff. So, sounds like the same description for the regular version that they're giving for the bourbon barrel version. So, let's. That's all we need to talk about. We got the vintage, we got the ABV, and we got the IBUs. Let's see if it's worth $25 that I paid for this bottle. I didn't get hardly any hiss at all, just a smidgen of smoke. We're going to go right down the center of the glass on this pour. This is a 22-ounce bomber, but I do think $25 is a very pricey tab to pick up for a 22-ounce bomber. Should have been a 750 milliliter for that much money, but it is what it is. Hardly any head, about maybe a quarter finger of head on that pour. Good looking beer. Very dark, very black. And according to the label here, it says a smooth, dark, cocoa infused Imperial Stout, barrel aged for 4 months. So they're only aging this beer for 4 months in those bourbon barrels. Kind of short term, in my opinion. To the nose we go. Slight hint of some bourbon, roasted malt, caramel, toffee, molasses. Maybe a little bit of bittersweet chocolate, not much. There is a decent presence of the bourbon for only 4 months. Maybe that's, you know, the brewers are going to decide how long they want to leave it in those barrels. Whether it's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 months. A lot of brewers leave their bourbon barrel stuff in those barrels for 12 months. It varies on where they want it to be and how much bourbon they want it to have once it goes into the bottle. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. The bourbon notes are not off, they're not off the chain, guys, but they are there. This one still has some nice vanilla, coconut aromas coming from that barrel aging process. So it doesn't tell us what barrels, what bourbon barrels that they've used, what distillery they came from. Pretty sure they were first run barrels. What I mean by that is it's never had beer in them before. This is a little tastier than the plain Jane version that we did the other day. I do like those bourbon notes. It seems like I'm getting a little more chocolate in this than I did from the 2010 plain Jane version. Still, but something to be called sexual chocolate. The chocolate is not overwhelming to me, guys. To be plain honest with you, I don't think it's worth $25. Maybe some of the other ones that I have in there, maybe the chocolate has faded. 10 years ago, this would have probably blown my hair back and my socks off. At this stage of the game, with over 3,700 beer reviews, I've had better chocolate beers, I've had better bourbon beers. Just my humble opinion, though. I would definitely not stand in line to get this beer. And I would probably not pay $25 for this beer again. Now that I'm living on Social Security, retired, I don't have that kind of income to spend on these beers that are not outstanding or world class. And you may disagree with that. You may say, oh my God, that's the best thing I've ever tasted. And I'm not going to argue with that. It's your money. You can buy what you want to buy. I get those comments from subscribers all the time. Oh, this is that, or this is that, or you should have done this, or you should have said that. Maybe so. Maybe so. But I didn't. So I just try to be as honest as I can with you guys. And straight up telling you now, it is a tasty beer. The alcohol seems to be very well hidden. I am getting notes of bourbon, slight hint of some chocolate, not enough to be called sexual chocolate, but still a tasty beer. But again, don't think it's worth $25 a bottle. And especially the hoops I had to jump through to get my hands on those. But anyway, it is what it is. It's right out of the fridge. Let's sip on it for a little bit, and we'll come back and give it a grade. Hello everybody, I'm back. I've been sipping on this about an hour. The bourbon notes are a little more prominent now that it's warmed up to room temperature. A little bit more of the chocolate notes that they're claiming it to be, since it's called sexual chocolate. Decent beer, guys. It is a very tasty beer. Glad I didn't have to stand in line, but I paid a premium price to get my hands on this with the dinner and the gas and motel and everything else to go to this event. So I will mention that again on the rest of the beer reviews from the barrel-aged sexual chocolates that we purchased while we were there. Tasty beer, guys. It's not outstanding or world-class in my opinion, but it is a very tasty beer. Very well done. Hats off to Jamie, the head brewer there. I don't know how much owner he has in that brewing process, but got a feeling he's pretty far up in that chain. But this is a tasty beer. It is. I have got bigger bourbon notes from bourbon barrel-aged beers, and I've gotten bigger chocolate notes from chocolate beers. But this seems to be a good combination of both of those. Now that it's warmed up, it's very tasty. The bourbon notes are still there. They're a little bit more prominent now that it's warmed up. Not so much chocolate on the nose, but a little bit more in the taste. Final chug. Wow. Delicious beer. Absolutely delicious. Alcohol is well hidden. But this is a $25 bottle of beer to buy. So if you have deep pockets and you want to stand in line or do something to go to one of their events to get your hands on them, yeah, tasty beer. It is a tasty beer. I don't think it's outstanding or world class, guys. I am going to give it an A, 95, right down the middle of the A category. Over to Beer Advocate, they say it is 92. So I'm giving it a better grade than those guys are. And over to Untapped, they have it at 4.24. Borderline between their A- and their A scale. I'm giving it a solid A. It does have the vintage on it, the ABV, and the IBUs listed on this. But it is not a cheap bottle of beer to buy. So, if you've had the 2011 edition of the Foothills Brewing Sexual Chocolate Bourbon Barrel Aged version, let me know what you think. And we got a couple more of these to do, guys, and we're going to do them pretty quick. So we're winding everything down. Unless I get a beer mail package, we're going to review what I have in the fridge, and then as things come in, I'll review them, and there probably won't be one posted every day. So it is what it is. So if you've had the 2011, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.